जन्म वृद्धि परिणत्य पक्षय व्याधिनाशन विहीनमव्ययम् विश्वसृष्ट्यवविभात कारणं ब्रह्म तत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि. So the revealer is present always and always in one manner, whereas it is manifesting all the rising and setting, that means birth and death, and also the infinite variety of the objects. So you never lose the anchor in that one Atma, which never sets. Prithag utpadyamananam matva dhiro na shochati. So he no longer grieves. That is what, when we see the film, we don't grieve, but we shed tears in the dukkha. Whereas grieving will be expressed in a different manner. Grieving and depression, they are all related to the sangha and ego. Suppose somebody has died, you are wailing and howling, oh, why it has happened to me. It is ego, it is the sangha. But somebody has died, you profusely shed tears thinking of various things and all, but you don't get agitated, you accept the death with full embrace. As we accept other things in life, we accept death also with the full embrace. Then there is no ego at all, you are just responding to the situation, it is phenomenological. So, matva dhiro na shochati. When he discovers this Atma in everything, he no longer grieves. Now, how you are going step by step, this is in 2 verses again. It is already done in Kathopanishad 1.3.10 and 11. Those who remember, otherwise you can find out. It is there in Bhagavad Gita also in a different manner. In Bhagavad Gita it is 3.42. 3rd chapter, 42. Bhagavad Gita says, Indriyani paranyahuhu indriyebhya param manaha manasastu para buddhihi yo buddhe paratastu saha evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. See, here also he is saying how to overcome the kama, because kama is the main thing. Bhagavad Gita, these verses are simpler than what is there in Upanishad, because some of the abstract concepts have been eliminated from here. He says, Indriyani parani ahu. The Indriyas are extremely powerful. They say, the rishis say that the Indriyas are extremely powerful, because we are always slave to the Indriyas. Following the Indriya, the mind remains slave. Following the mind, the other day also I explained, the intelligence becomes slave to the objects. So that we remain slave to the world because of the Indriya's powerfulness. Indriyebhya param manaha. But know that the mind is superior to the Indriya. Mind is behaving as a slave to the Indriya, but actually without the support of the mind, the sense organs cannot work. So if the mind can be restrained, if it can be enlightened, then automatically the Indriyas can be sublimated. They will not behave as it is doing. Not only that, how to discipline the mind? Manasastu parabuddhihi. Superior to mind is the intelligence. So the intelligence has to be illumined. Now what is happening? Whatever the Indriyas want, it is slave to the world. Following that, the mind becomes slave to the world, because the mind helps the Indriyas to indulge in the world. Following that, what is the intelligence doing? It is helping the mind that kaise karna hai, how shall I do it, how to satisfy the Indriyas. So the intelligence is also slave to the world through the mind and the Indriyas. So the whole function is taking place as slavery to the world attraction and repulsion, to say, not to the world, our raga dvesha, our attraction and repulsion to the world. This has to be inverted. So this buddhi, which is always working as a slave to the worldly attraction and repulsion, is called Vishaya buddhi. We have to replace it by Viveka buddhi. The Viveka Buddhi which is always anchored to the soul. Because Viveka means discrimination between permanent and impermanent, discrimination between Shreyas and Preyas. So what the Viveka is doing is always anchoring us into the soul. What is the soul? It is the permanent, it is the Shreyas. So more and more Viveka we apply, we are getting more and more, we are getting closer to the soul, getting more and more fixed to the soul. So Viveka Buddhi is actually when the Buddhi is anchored in the soul. That is called the Viveka Buddhi. So if we employ the Viveka Buddhi, then the Vishaya Buddhi cannot anymore overwhelm the Buddhi. And this Viveka Buddhi guides the mind. And the mind guides the Indriyas. So our interactions will no more be as a slavery to the Raga Dvesha, but guided by our inmost reality, the soul, Viveka Buddhi. Whereas here in Bhagavad Gita it is very important because he is ending the verse with Yo Buddhehe Paratastu Saha. They are saying there is something even superior to the Buddhi, and that is your goal. Parataha tu Saha. There is something still transcending the Buddhi. Look for that. What is that? Evam Buddhe Param Buddhva. You have to know, see, Buddhe Param Buddhva. We should not miss these words. बुद्धि के ऊपर जो है उसको कैसे जानेंगे? बुद्धि के द्वारा ही जानना है. बुद्धे है परम, which is superior to the buddhi. Buddhva. That has to be known by your buddhi. That is, normally you are with the Vishaya buddhi. Now you cultivate your Viveka buddhi. Purify your buddhi and make Viveka buddhi the real buddhi. That buddhi will know which is superior to it, because it is always anchored to that. That buddhi will directly take you, link you to that, will take you to that. लग रहा है, समझ रहे हैं क्या? So, evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmana jahi shatrum mahavaho kamarupam durasadam. This is the way you can win over the slavery to the world, slavery to your desires, slavery to your senses and sense perceptions, by linking up your buddhi to that which is superior to the buddhi, transcendental to the buddhi. The buddhi, when it is Vishaya buddhi is replaced by more and more of Viveka buddhi, by cultivation of Viveka, you will get more and more connected to that evam buddhe param, that which is transcending the buddhi, to the Atma more and more. And more the Viveka buddhi is connecting to the Atma, we will develop the gunas of all the parameters of the Atma. What are they? Atma never gets tainted by anything, it never get affected by anything. It is impersonal, impartial, everywhere, universal. So we will also become like that. Closer we come to the Atma, we will become like that. That itself is the Vairagya. So Viveka will generate the Vairagya. And by that we will win over our slavery to our desires and Ragadvesha. Now in the Kathopanishad, that sloka, do you have that book? Can you give me? Mil gaya. He says, Indriyebhya parahi artha, arthebhyascha param manaha, manasastu parabuddhi, buddher atma mahan paraha. That is in the previous day. We have already done it. I am not going to explain. I am saying that we are repeating with a little difference. Mahatah param abhyaktam, abhyaktat purushah paraha, purushanna param kinchit, sa kashtha, sa paragatihi. This Purusha is the ultimate. Purusha means the Atma, Purusha means the Brahman. I also said that there are two etymological forms of Purusha. One is Puri Shete iti Purushaha. That means one who resides in the body. Puri means the body, Ekadasha Dwaram, Puram Ekadasha Dwaram. Puri means the body, the palace, in which he resides, he is called Atma. That means Puri Shete iti Atma. Another etymological meaning of Atma, which is more important and correct, is that Purnam Anena Sarvamiti Purushaha. Purnam Anena Sarvamiti Purushaha, by which everything is filled. the consciousness, that is the Purusha. So Purusha can be two. One who is residing in the body, he is called Purusha. Also who is all-pervading Atma, he is also called Purusha. So he says, Purushatna param kinchit. You cannot have anything beyond Purusha, because there is nothing else to reveal Purusha. If there is something else to reveal the Purusha, then that would have been the Purusha. That would have been the Supreme. Here it is nothing. Purusha has to be self-resplendent, self-manifesting. Sa kashtha, sa paragati. जैसे जब when there is some sports or something, we put a plank at the end. Kashtha means a piece of wood. So that is the ultimate, that you have to run up to that. So he is saying sa kashtha, sa paragati. That is the limit up to which we have to go. It is not a limit, it is unlimited limit. But it is the limit. So here they are saying in this chapter, go back to 7th verse. These two shlokas should be studied together. Indriyebhyah param mano,
Indriyebhyah param mano,
manasah sattvam
uttamam,
sattvadadhi mahanatma,
Satvadadhi mahanatma,
mahato avyaktamuttamam, avyaktattu parah purusho, vyapako linga evacha, tam jnatva muchyate jantuhu, amritatvam chagacchati. See, he is saying, Indriyebhyah param manaha. That's same as earlier, that mind is superior to the sense organs. So, what they are saying? They are slowly trying to make your outward focus inward and further inward to the transcendental level. Then there is no inward outward. Transcendental level is, you have transcended the inwardness and gone to a level where there is no in, out, nothing. So initially, because our mind is always externally focused, we have to go take it from outward focus to inward focus. Then go slowly inward to the deepest level and transcend that when there is no inward outward. This is the process. So mind is superior to the Indriya. So naturally you focus on the mind, as we said, that mind, all this jugglery of the five senses and all, it is all made of mind. So your mind gets converged into, from all this variety to unity, less variety. Manasa sattvam uttamam. Here they have used the word sattvam for buddhi. Sattva means actually the essential element, essence. So sattva is used for buddhi also, or why they have suddenly instead of buddhi they have used sattva? Because it is the buddhi, when you go deep into the foundation of the buddhi, where from the buddhi is rising, that is where the understanding and revelation is taking place. The reflection of the chit, of the consciousness takes place there, which we call chidabhasa. So sattva means this is the essence of our being. There the I-ness is coming. That I amness, that feeling of individuality is coming from there. So that is the essence of our identity. So using the word sattva adds to the meaning there. So he says that the sattva, the buddhi, is higher than the mind. Sattvadadhi mahanatma. Mahanatma means mahat tattva. Now, here again you say that from the Indriyas you have gone to the mind, gone to the buddhi, to that they have called sattva, because you have reached the atmic revelation on the buddhi, that is the chidabhasa. Now he is saying that, but still your individuality is there. You are thinking that Atma is small, encapsulated by your body-mind personality. Is it not so? Now he wants to take you to the universality from there, from that constriction to the universality. So Mahat Tattva is the cosmic buddhi. It is the cosmic intelligence. It is a model. The combination, all the buddhi, the intelligence as a whole, the cosmic intelligence is called Mahat. This is also a model. So, from your intelligence is only part of this Mahat Tattva. So, when you have reached the Sattva in us, from there you expand yourself to the universal cosmic intelligence. So, छोटेपन चला गया वहाँ से, individuality से universality. Mahatah avyaktam uttamam. Even higher than the Mahat Tattva, the cosmic intelligence is avyaktam. Now, this is the new entry here compared to the Bhagavad Gita, where after Buddhi they reach straight to the Purushaha. Yo buddhehe paratastu saha. Here he has used the Mahat Tattva and the Avyakta concept additionally. Avyakta is whatever is called Maya, Prakriti, it is the same. Avyakta means unmanifest. From here, where the manifestation is coming and from where it is again going down. As in Karana Sharira, that means when we are in Sushupti, then there is no signal. We have forgotten about ourselves also. Is it not so? The whole universe has set, including our own body-mind personality. It is not there in Sushupti. From there again we are getting up with our body-mind personality and all the infinite variegated universe. So from that is the Avyakta. Sushupti is the Avyakta. From there again the manifest universe is coming. This Avyakta is called Maya. This Avyakta is also unmanifest Prakriti. It is the same, different names only. But beyond that, but there also the duality remains. Vyakta and Avyakta consists of the duality there. That is, whatever is manifest and unmanifest, this duality is there. It is within the fold of our mind and buddhi that we are understanding this. But Purusha is the transcendental, non-dual position. So, Avyakta tu parah Purushaha. The Purusha you will go when you leave Vyakta, Avyakta, everything and transcend that duality. Non-dual position you have to attain, where there is no subject-object division at all. Then you attain the Purusha. So it is no longer that you are knowing something. It has to be self-revelatory. How they are saying that? What is that Purusha? Vyapakaha alinga evacha. This is very important. Vyapakaha alinga evacha. Vyapakaha means which is all pervading, not only in spatially, time-wise also. Vyapaka means in time and space, you cannot miss it anywhere, because time and space actually is within this. But to take our mind to the universal level, he is saying Vyapakaha. It is pervading the entire space and entire range of time everywhere. Not only that, it is Alingaha. Linga means insignia, means some qualifying parameter or quality. To identify anybody, suppose he is wearing white dress, it is an identification mark. He is wearing a violet dress. These are all identification. He is Sanjay, he is also Sanjay perhaps. So the name is not able to distinguish, but he is Sanjay Chakravarti and he is Sanjay Singh. Kumar. So anything identifying anybody is the linga for that. Linga means identification mark. So alingaha means it cannot be identified by any quality at all. So this Purushaha you don't try to identify with this. Even calling Satchidananda is not all right. It is only an indication. That becomes an identifying mark. Satchidananda is the Purushaha. We sing also Satchidananda, Satchidananda. But it is only all hinting towards that. Truly speaking, Sat means which is never becoming Asat. That is, it is always existing. You cannot miss it. Chit means which is consciousness, but which means it is not unconsciousness. No missing of the consciousness. Unconscious is also consciousness within the fold of consciousness. You cannot miss the revelatory power. Ananda means it is never anananda. It is never shoka. That is, in suffering also this ananda is that it is always there. To emphasize that non-varying quality, we are saying Satchidananda. But it is not really a qualifying mark for the Purusha. Purusha is Vyapakaha, Alingaha. It cannot be. That is why the Shastras mention about it. Neti neti vachanair. Jan neti neti vachanaihi nigama vochuhu. The Shastras speak about it by neti neti, means na iti na iti. Any concept you give, no. The concepts are all coming in our mind. When you transcend all concepts, transcend the mind, then whatever remains, it is that. So, this is how they are taking us again to the Purusha. See, the steps are the same. You should be able to relate the verses. Earlier we have found that how it is taking from the gross to the subtler, then finally transcendental. The transcendental Purusha, it is manifesting as grossest of the gross and subtlest of the subtle also. You cannot call it subtle. As long as the procedure is there, we are calling it subtle procedure. But when you reach, even the gross is the manifestation, is a concept of the mind. Gross objects, they are concepts of the mind. Even the subtlest objects or consciousness is a concept of the mind. The consciousness we generally, whatever we are speaking, it is all concepts of the mind. We have to go beyond all concepts. So always it is gross to the subtle to the transcendental level finally. Subtle, subtler, then transcendental. That is the method. In whichever way they take us, they are taking various paths because it helps us to understand from various ways. Tam nyatva muchyate jantuhu amritatvam jagacchati. That means we are all now jantuhu. So they have used not sadhaka or manushya or anything. They are referring to us as, earlier they were referring to as matyaha. That is, we are maranashila, we are mortal. To remember that, then only you will try for amritatva. Now he is saying jantuhu. As long as you are not applying this faculty, you are not different from any jantuhu, animal. In Bengali, often we used to say that somebody, a friend, suppose you are abusing him as a gadha hai, he is a donkey. In Bengali we will say, अरे ऐसा मत बोलो, गाधा बोले कि मानुष ना है. अरे तुम उसको गधा बोल रहे हो, एक गधा मनुष्य नहीं है क्या जो उसको क्यों. So it is insult for the donkey. Like that. So tam jnatva muchyate jantuhu. Although we are jantuhu, we are having abhimana in our body, mind, personality, but we can cut across all this bandhana, all this bondage and become liberated. Amritatvam hi gacchati. We can become immortal. We can attain the immortality, reach the stage where there is no causality. We go beyond, we transcend causality, birth, death, changefulness, everything. Om Sahana Bhavatu.
Om Sahana Bhavatu.
Sahanau Bhunaktu.
Sahanau Bhunaktu.
Sahaviryam Karavavahai.
Sahaviryam Karavavahai.
Tejasvinavadhitamastu.
Tejasvinavadhitamastu.
Ma vidvishavahai.
Ma vidvishavahai.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Pujya Swami Bhumananda Tirtha ji, accompanied by Ma Guru Priya ji, will be at the Society for Inner Resources Development, Malaysia, for the annual Jnana Yajna from 1st to 17th July 2018. 1st July. What Bhagavad Gita wants us to do. Discourses at the Gita Ashram. 3rd and 4th July. Way to Freedom and Fearlessness. Discourses by Ma Guru Priya ji SIRD. 10th, 11th and 12th July, Stable-Mindedness, Secret of Performantial Excellence based on Bhagavad Gita. 3 days of discourses by Pujya Swamiji, Signature Hotel. 14th and 15th July, 2-day Vedanta workshop with Pujya Swamiji. Vedanta for Excellence in Life, Signature Hotel. 17th July, Interactive Satsang with Pujya Swamiji, SIRD. For more information, visit swamibhumanandatirtha.org. www.sirdmsia.org. Phone 006 019 231 2204 012 305 0630. Jai Guru.